a little story about my dad. My dad often rings me and tells me the things I should say in Parliament. I'm not entirely sure any of you are quite ready for it, but I want to tell you a story about my dad. He was born in a council, well, he was born actually in the war, and they were given a council house by the Attlee government. My dad could lecture you on it for all weeks. He was given a council house, which his very conservative parents bought in the 1980s. My granny, unbelievably, a lovely, generous woman, massive Thatcherite, bought her council house in the 1980s, and that council house stands in my constituency. It's worth around £120,000. My dad went on to get an education, a free education, and he moved into an area of Birmingham which wasn't very trendy at the time. And he stayed there, and I was born there, and my brothers lived there. And all through our lives, we watched that area get a little bit trendier. And my dad's house, which he bought for £30,000, the price went up and up and up. He didn't particularly do much work. I mean, he likes to woodwork in his garage, but he didn't, he's not done much. His house is probably worth around £700,000 now, from when he bought it, and it was £30,000. If my dad were here today, what he would say to you, and what he will almost certainly say to me, because he watches it all lurking on Twitter, is that he doesn't deserve to keep his wealth for his children at any greater rate than the people who live in the council house that his parents bought on Froddersley Road in Sheldon. And yet today, they will subsidise the people who live in my constituency, in that council house that my granny bought to try and get a better life. They will subsidise the care of my father, who has a £700,000 house that I don't need to inherit. I'm all right. I got quite a good job. It is totally unacceptable that that is the situation that we are putting almost all of my constituents in, compared to the constituents in Chipping Norton, for example, or other members who have stood up and spoken. My constituents will largely be left with nothing. They won't be grateful.
Yeah.